Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Jennie Montgomery, and welcome to Season 5 of The Jennie Show. Hopefully, we'll get back into Studio B and our comfortable interview set this season. But in the meantime, we will continue to do Skypes and bring you information relevant to living our lives in the pandemic. My first guest is not especially affected by the pandemic because she works remotely from anywhere in the world she chooses. Sabrina Philipp is an online business coach who helps entrepreneurs build intentional, manageable, and profitable online businesses. I talked with her recently about quitting her job, moving to Bali with $800, and ending up with a multi-million-dollar business.
I was at the point, like so many who are just finishing up college, where we have to make a decision if we're going to go get a master's degree or go get a corporate job. And what I realized is that no matter what, I was going to be stuck behind a desk for the next few years. And I wasn't ready to commit any which way. So I decided to get a ticket to Bali one way and see what I could make happen. And I thought that I would make a couple bucks online and be able to travel through Southeast Asia. But what I didn't expect is that I would fall in love with Bali, and I ended up living there for 3 years, and I turned $800 into a multi-million-dollar company.
How in the world did you do that? And you're a business coach. Did you know at the time you would wind up doing that?
I didn't. So I started out as a virtual assistant. I remember one of my first jobs was $12 an hour, just writing Instagram captions and pinning things on Pinterest for people, creating little workbook designs. And what I realized is I had a very strong knack for social media, even from when I was in college. And I decided to specialize in that and become a social media manager. And that's one of the first tips that I would give anyone who's thinking about starting an online business is find something that you're really good at and present yourself as a specialist, because you are going to be able to charge a higher rate, and also you're going to be able to stand out from the crowd. As my social media business really started growing and taking off, my own clients started asking me, hey, your business is growing a lot. Can you please help me with mine? And so that's how I wound up in business coaching. It was my social media clients that asked me for help.
And you can really work from anywhere in the world, can't you?
Yes, definitely. I've been working online for 4 years now, and that has been everywhere from Bali to Greece to the Maldives, America, Australia, you name it, I've worked from it. And I think that remote work is something that we knew the world would be moving toward anyway. There were some estimates saying that there would be 1 billion remote workers by 2030. I think that's definitely going to be much larger than that. And we're going to start seeing a shift to remote economy. So I think it makes sense for anyone who is interested in starting their own business to consider making it an online business. We've even seen reports that Google and Twitter are going to have the option for employees to work home up until 2021, and I'm guessing it's probably going to be long beyond that.
You talk about 3 ways to cash in on your social media following. What are those?
Well, there's so many different ways, of course, when it comes to cashing in on your social media following. I think one thing I would go ahead and suggest is really shifting your mindset from being an influencer to an entrepreneur. So I think it's easy to put something out on social media and really just be thinking about how many likes am I getting, how many comments am I getting. And what I would suggest to your audience is to instead have the question be, how many conversions am I getting, and how can I build relationships that lead to sales? So having that shift from influencer to entrepreneur is really the first thing that I would say. The second thing is really focus on building a personal brand. Now, we have seen the shift in companies that they have stopped focusing and investing on traditional advertising in terms of television and radio ads and, different newspaper ads. And now there's a much larger focus on things like Facebook advertising, Google advertising, digital advertising. And we're also seeing companies that have previously focused on large brand deals instead investing that money into micro influencers. So those are people on social media with smaller followings. So that personal brand is going to be really key because it builds a relationship with your audience, and it's through that relationship that sales become possible. The other reason why I really like a personal brand is because it's very scalable and it's also easy to shift. So while maybe you might get started selling some homemade Etsy products or picture frames or something that you make, you could then shift that to an online course. You could shift that into marketing consulting, whatever it is that you like. So that personal brand is something that can never be taken away from you. And the third thing that I would really suggest is consider turning your information, what you have, the skills that you have, into a course that you can share and sell with others. The reason why that's so powerful is because you're scaling your time. So we all have the same 24 hours in a day. And even if you were making, let's say, $100 an hour, 8 hours a day, for 4 weeks out of the month, there is still a cap to your income. But if during those same 40 hours a week or 160 hours a month, you could sell courses, you would actually be able to work less while making more money. So that's what I would go ahead and suggest.
You have learned something that a lot of women my age don't, and we don't embrace it. And that is the value of our time and what we're worth. And it sounds like you are a young woman who really knows your value, and I applaud you for that. Thank you for your time today, and I want our viewers to know that your information is on our website, WJBF.com. Just click the Jennie link and you'll find how to get in touch with Sabrina and learn more about her entrepreneurship and what she offers as an online business coach. Thanks again for your time, Sabrina.
Thank you so much for having me.
Bye-bye. Up next on Jennie, one of our own is getting national attention for doing something a lot of us wish we could. Why Barclay Bishop is grinning and sharing her story with others after the break.